Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jessie. If you are new here, I do all kinds of vlogs, lifestyle videos, motherhood videos, but I also show you guys my budget twice a month. I show you fairly in depth into our budget, so I'm very honest, sometimes probably a little bit more honest than I should be. You guys seem to like it, so it's what I'm going with right now. I wanted to show you guys what I think our February budget is gonna look like. I'm filming this on January 16th, so there's still half a month that could change some things. Also, I'm not really sure. I feel like January has already kind of turned into a month that we weren't expecting to be so spendy. We'll see like what trickles into the month, but you guys can catch that on my January budget recap. This is going to be my February budget with me. I went over this with Ben yesterday. He kind of knows what I'm planning. We changed around a couple things that he knows is coming right now. Just a little preface, because I feel like I give these every day. I am doing this on Ivy's nap, obviously, as per usual, but it is negative 30 degrees outside with wind chill. Our heat is probably going to turn on and it's very loud and there's just nothing I can do about it. So bear with me. It's winter. Why did I move back here? I don't know. Let's jump into this video and we can look at what I think our February budget is gonna look like. Okay, so here is our budget. As you guys saw in January, I like changed some of the colors around and moved a few things around, but for the most part, it is the same budget that I've used for years. Honestly, why change it if it's working for you? That's how I feel. So my hair is driving me crazy. I should have put it up, but I didn't. So let me take a drink of my coffee. Coffee number 2. I did, for the first time, I think since well before Ivy was born, sleep for 6 hours straight without being woken up. So, but the 6 hours is all that I slept, which is like good, but also like not, you know, anyway. Moving on to our actual budget. So this is what I'm planning for the month. I don't know if you guys can see it. I don't know where I have my face placed in editing, but over here in up and coming, I always put things that I know that are up and coming. So we will be getting a cash grant from Ben's job in March. So not something we have now, but something to keep in mind. Taxes, good and bad. There's a possibility that we could get a refund. Most likely with my freelance stuff we won't, but taxes are coming up and I need to like figure that out. I also want to get my hair cut. I do think I'm just gonna leave the color for now. I wasn't like obsessed with what happened with my hair last time. There's nothing wrong with it, but I just like loved my girl in Raleigh so much, and honestly, if I had the money, I would fly out to see her. But I just haven't found somebody to do my hair here yet that I was like obsessed with, and because it's so expensive to get your hair dyed, I'm gonna wait on that until I find someone else. However, I do need a haircut, so I think I might just go to the lady, it's like a family friend of Ben's family, and just have her cut my hair, because really I just need a trim. Anyway, that was more information than you guys care about. So moving on to income, I always block out our incomes. You could figure it out if you really wanted to, but I just block out the exact amount. Between these three things, we make about $9,400. Next month we're expecting, if you're new to my budget videos, I know this is a good amount of money, but you will see very soon that we have very high expenses. We have debt. We live in a very high cost of living place. I am expecting to have a full income next month, whereas you'll see in January, I did not get as many, as many of my invoices paid out as I thought. So I was like $1,000 short than what I thought I was going to get. So February should be a better month, mostly because some of my invoices I thought were going to be paid in January will be paid in February. With it being a new year, I don't know if Ben's income will change at all, with like taxes sometimes are different, or like health insurance charges sometimes are different. So I'm just gonna see what happens with that. As far as like a raise or a bonus, they usually look into those in like March or April. So most likely we won't find out until March, and then it wouldn't be paid out until April anyway. So that's just not something we need to think about yet in February. Just you guys, if you're new, I feel like I always have to make these like little disclaimers if you're new. My husband works a full-time job. He's a data engineer. I think that's his title. So he works a full-time work from home job, and I am a freelancer. I freelance write for one company, and then I create YouTube videos. So that is what I do, and that's what he does. So moving on, our rent is insanely expensive because we live in the suburbs of Chicago. $2,500 in rent. We do have to pay renter's insurance next month. We pay it 3 times a year. So I just have a little note over here so I know when to add it to our budget. Disability and life insurance, TV subscriptions, Kindle Unlimited, car insurance, apps. My gym membership is highly expensive because right now I'm paying for my gym membership and for Pilates membership, Reformer Pilates. So I understand that that is high, but that is something that's important to me right now. The rest of that's normal. Then moving on to my business expenses, I still haven't decided if I'm gonna pull these out or not. Basically, whatever happens with my taxes will decide that for me. So if my taxes are totally effed up because I don't have my own LLC, then I will apply for an LLC. But right now, I just don't feel like it's important, but I could be wrong, so don't listen to me. I don't know what I'm doing, you know, I just do freelance. So these are all of my expenses I'm expecting next month. Miscellaneous is usually just like when I go work from a coffee shop or I work from someplace getting lunch, I can use technically my business for that. This is our debt section. Right now we are not paying more on any of our debt or anything like that. So if you guys watched our goals video, then you would know that we decided to focus on savings, at least in the beginning part of 2024, so that we can get our savings in a really good spot. So we're just paying minimums on our student loans and our car loan right now. We did pay a student loan off at the end of last year though. So these are all of our debt payments. Moving on to variable expenses. This is, you know, the variable spot. This is where things can go in and out. I have $800 for groceries. That's usual. $300 for Costco and $200 for restaurants and takeout. Medications and supplements, I upped to $250 because I started taking a new medication for my Hashimoto's. I have an autoimmune disease of the thyroid, and my medication is not fully covered by insurance where my other one was, so it's like $60 a month. And then I also pay $90 every 3 months for another prescription that I'm on, and that's not counting supplements. And the supplements are for Ben, me, and Ivy. She takes a couple of supplements. She's on a probiotic, vitamin D, and right now she's taking iron because her iron was a little bit low, and that's really important for cognitive development. Anyway, I'm just telling you guys way more information than you care to know, but I'm telling you anyway. Beauty and haircuts, I upped to $200 so that I could get my haircut next month. Personal spending I have at $100. That's kind of just like a buffer. $500 for doctors. This is high this month because Ben has been seeing a somatic therapist who has not been invoicing us, which he and her think is not a big deal, but as a budgeter, it's super annoying because now we have a $540 bill that we have to pay from multiple sessions last year that I had budgeted for every month. And now I have to pay a lump sum, so we're paying half in January and half in February. So I did budget for it in February because I know about it. I didn't budget for it in January. 260 of that is for Ben's somatic therapy from 2023. I have therapy 3 or 4 times a month, which is $25 a session. I have acupuncture twice a month, which is $25 a session. And then we have couples therapy once a month, which is $25 a session. We have very good insurance, so all these things are covered. And then his somatic therapy is $40 a session because it's specialty. Yeah, but Ivy doesn't have any appointments or anything in February that we know of. That is why that one is very high next month. $250 for utilities. It might be a bit high because of how cold it's been this month, but I'm just keeping that the same. $100 for car because I'm only expecting to pay gas next month. We may have to get our car looked at some point. It just has a couple of weird things that aren't my favorite, but we probably won't do that until spring or summer unless we need to, just because it's so cold right now. Cora and Finn, that's our dogs. I have budgeted $200 and $100 for miscellaneous. I always do that. We don't always use it, but it's just nice to have extra there budgeted. So I have $36.50 budgeted for variable expenses. Moving on to our last section, which is kind of like an extension of expenses, but it tends to, I have travel in here, gifts, savings, and then subscriptions. So it's kind of just like a miscellaneous category, hence why it's named miscellaneous. We don't have anything happening in February. I'm not a big Valentine's Day girly, maybe when Ivy gets a little bit older. So I don't have anything budgeted because I don't think we're gonna do anything for it. Savings, I have budgeted $600. So this is something that I did differently. If you've watched all my other budgets, I tend to just leave a random amount of income remaining here. But I thought this month I would do it as close to a zero-based budget as possible so that I could see how much we actually pay in savings. Now, I will say most likely we won't pay that much because I'm sure some of these other categories will go over or something will be a little bit out of whack that we aren't ready for. So this kind of, I leave in pink to see how much we actually put in there. Maybe if we get more income next month or something, we will be able to put that much in, but I think it's a good way for me to like have a goal, even if it's a stretch goal, to put towards savings. So I'm not just being like, okay, whatever's left over at the end of the month. So if it's like $50, that's not very exciting, versus like striving for 600. Do I know that that'll be what we put in? I don't, but we'll see. Savings for business taxes is the next thing. This is just a guess about how much I will need to save for my taxes. And then these all will not come out next month. These are just renewable things, subscriptions that we have, and I write like how much they are and when they come out. So we will have our Costco membership coming out next month. We have like the business, or I don't know, some sort of special membership because we spend so much at Costco. It is a fairly expensive membership, and I do need to remember that I have like a gift card from this that I need to use at Costco next time I go. Planning to spend $13.50 next month, most of that being for 2 savings accounts. I'll just show you guys quickly where we're at savings and debt tracker wise. I usually don't show this unless I'm in our end of month recap, but I thought I'd show you guys this in case you only watch the budget with me. So this is kind of where I have our debt set out. If you haven't watched my January budget with me, right now, these blue just mean it is student loans. These are debts that we've paid off that I technically could just hide so they're not there. Sometimes it's nice to see that we actually paid stuff off though. Yeah, so we have about $75,000 worth of debt. Now I will say, if you guys have watched some of my other videos, we do have a personal loan out with family. However, currently we're treating that as if it doesn't exist, which maybe that's not the right thing to do, but that is what we decided to do with that family member. That is a conversation that we had with them. We trust this family member enough to let us know in advance when we need to start paying on this again. Right now, they don't want us to. They want us to focus on savings and paying off our other debt. If that ever changes, they will let us know, or we will continue to keep that conversation open. I know that a couple of you have shared just like some apprehensions with that, and I get it. I would totally be on the same page as you, but we've had conversations with these people. I don't know if this is like too much information, but I just want to let you guys know that we're not in a shitty situation. We've actually been in a situation like that before, where Ben borrowed money a long time ago when he was really sick from a friend, and then the friend ended up kind of going back on what he said he was going to do, and that really screwed us over. We were very upfront with this person. I do keep how much our personal loan debt is in case we do want to start paying that at some point. I feel like I'm talking too much about this. It's not important. Anyway, I just want you guys to know that like we're in an okay spot and it's not to be worried about right now. The amount of debt that we are paying attention to is the fact that we have $75,000 of debt, which is still better than over $100,000. Personal savings, we have $9,000 in here, and this is why we want to focus on this, because we had $9,000 when we moved from Raleigh. And then Cora tore her ACL and we, like 5,000 of it was gone. In fact, I think we almost had 10,000. And this is something we just want to beef up. I know that people say that you should have 3 to 6 months of your monthly expenses. As you guys can see, we have high expenses, so that would take us a really long time. So we do want to at least double, if not triple this number. I don't know that that'll happen in 2024. It depends what happens from the money gods. Right now I have this much in my business savings. This is mostly from last year, so if we have to pay anything in for our taxes, that will come out of this savings account. Which I do want to say, something I just thought of, if you're interested in using the bank that I use, we use Ally. It's an online bank. We have a a regular account, like a checking account, and then we have 2 savings accounts. They're high yield savings accounts and they're like 4 to 5% interest. So if you're ever interested, I will leave a link in my description. It's I don't know if it's an affiliate link or just like a friends and family link, but I will leave it in the description for you if you would like to try it out. Let's see, right now they have a limited time referral. So I will leave a link in the description for Ally if you'd like to sign up. And if you'd like to sign up using my link, it looks like until March 1st, you are eligible for up to $125 in cash bonuses. So if that's something interesting to you, I will leave that link down below. We have used Ally for 5 years now, and during COVID, their interest rates went down substantially, but they have risen. So we have been getting plenty, like I think it's like 4 or 5% back on our savings account. Plus we get like a little bit of interest on our checking account too. So it's totally worth it. You do not have to pay extra for it. We do not pay a yearly or monthly fee. So if you're interested, I will link that down below. And then, yeah, so that's kind of just a look at our overall debt and savings in case you're interested. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. Sorry I went off on some like random tangents. I don't know how much of it I edited out though, but thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna go turn the heat back up because I turned it down so it wouldn't go on and off the whole time. And it's cold. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I will see you in the next video.